What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Forgive me, I haven't made a long-form video in some time. I have been overwhelmed, and I've been really busy with a lot of stuff, and I'm only going to get busier over the next 2 weeks, so let's see if I can find some time like I'm doing right now. It's about 10:15 Monday night. But anyway, with all that being said, thank you to all my new subscribers. The channel continues to grow. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see and you enjoy the content, smash that like button, comment in the comment section, and of course, subscribe. If you want to help support small business owners like me, I have become an LLC recently. My sales have literally almost quadrupled thanks to all of you. Thank you so much, everybody that's been heading over to my eBay store, which is called the Carolina Collector 001. Unfortunately, I don't trust YouTube's very vague rules, so I don't want to post links or anything like that. Very easy to find. The avatar that I use here on YouTube is the same as what I use for my eBay account. Fairly easy to look up. I've been selling a lot of 2023 Topps Chrome Mitchell & Ness lids cards. I've been selling 2024 Bowman. I've been selling graded slabs. Every so often, I'll put up a jersey or some other sports gear. But if you want to help support me and my business, that's how you can do it. Head on over to eBay. Check out my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. To all my repeat customers, you guys are awesome. To all my new customers, you are just as great. Thank you, everybody. So, yes, I haven't made a video in a while. I finally got some time. So, I've already taken these out. And I'll get into these just a little bit. I'd rather me talk about these as I'm walking, and there's reasons why. But they were banned. The Adizero Prime X2 Strung sneakers, which is what these are called, by the way. And they have different colorways and all that kind of stuff. They have dual ceramic plates built into the shoes. They have this really, really thick sole on them. I mean, it's like walking on miniature trampolines. But again, I don't want to spoil the rest of the video. I'd rather me talk about it as the video goes on. But just a quick look at the shoes. They're very light, very breathable. I think I got like $90 off. I went onto the Adidas app, and they came fairly quickly. Again, I've wore these a couple times already. I have taken 2 walks. Plus, I also did like a small initial walk around the property where I live here, so just to get a feel for them. But again, I don't want to spoil this video. Let's go check it out, and you guys can see me walking in them. So hit it. Well, here I am taking a nighttime walk, and I'm wearing Adidas Tech Fit reflective gear, so that, you know, if there are any passing cars, I can actually be seen, which is a good thing. And just for a quick note, if you're not used to walking outside at night with all the sounds around you of crickets and tree frogs and seeing deer running across the road, you know, this might not exactly be for you, but I have the whole road to myself. You know, I'm wearing Adidas Tech Fit reflective gear so that I can be seen by cars. So it's kind of like wearing a reflective vest without wearing a reflective vest. And let me tell you, Adidas makes really good stuff for that. I actually bought a couple of Tech Fit shirts off of eBay for cheap. Actually, all the gear I got for walking, I got for cheap off of eBay, with the exception of, you know, the Adizeros that I'm going to talk about here. So I can tell you right away, just by walking this type of walk, that you really don't want to be on grass, and you might not even want to be on the sidewalk, because those are uneven surfaces. And let me just do a quick U-turn here. I've reached my U-turn point. You really don't want to be on an uneven surface like grass or anything like that, or an uneven sidewalk, because these shoes do tend to pivot your foot like this. So you want to be on a flat surface, and there are no threads on these. It's a flat bottom. So, but one thing these sneakers do achieve is they encourage you to keep going, which is like bizarre, because like when you actually take a step with these, the transfer of energy between your foot and the asphalt, it's almost minimal. And I'm really not using any effort at all. So I've been walking at this pace for a little bit, and I tell you, it's been a pleasure to walk with these shoes, but you have to get used to them because they do have a bit of a spring to them because of the carbon fiber plates that are built into the soles. You're going to notice immediately that you do have a bounce in your step. Excuse me. So you have to get used to that almost immediately. The one mistake I made when I did my trial walk with these around here was I wore your typical standard cotton socks, which I really don't recommend. I actually did a little bit of reading on this. You kind of want to use specialized materials on your feet when you're wearing these kind of shoes. So I bought a whole bunch of Adidas low-cut socks that are made out of much lighter weight materials, excuse me, because cotton will cause your feet to like rub inside the shoe, especially it has like this weird pivoting sensation. But once you get socks like these on, again, I'm wearing, everything I have on is Adidas. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but I tell you what, when you change over to the proper socks, it just makes the sneaker so much more comfortable to wear. So, but I can see why these were banned, because I mean, they're literally pushing you forward with each step. It's such a bizarre sensation. I know a lot of guys and gals probably bought these to run. I'm not much of a runner. I'm not even going to try because I'm not even that physically fit. You know, I'm only doing this because my doctor suggested I get my ass up and walk and do some low impact exercise. But there's almost no effort to my steps, but your body really has to get used to that bouncy sensation. You really have to get used to that sensation that you're being pushed forward with each step. And it's actually not all that bad. It's really not that bad at all. But don't make the same mistake like I did, because I wore tube socks with these the first time around, and man, my feet were killing me, especially on the arches. I think that's like the greatest impact point. So, but otherwise, yeah, you can feel the energy transfer between the asphalt and your feet. I mean, I could probably do this for hours, but you know, since I'm just starting, I'm really not going to go too crazy. I mean, I practically got the entire road all to myself, which is great. And having the Tech Fit gear with the reflective strips, it's just going to make this walk even that much more, you know, awesome. Having the low-cut socks actually allows your legs and your feet to breathe a little bit better. I mean, the sneakers do have like this webbing all around it, so your feet breathe pretty well. But yeah, that's really it. There's really not much more to say unless you guys want to stare at my horrible legs. But yeah, these shoes are really meet up to all the hype about these that I've seen on the internet, and I could see why they were banned. They do push you forward. I mean, if I were to take a couple strides right now, these shoes do propel you forward. I think Rose Anvil took a pair of these and cut them in half, where you can actually see the carbon fiber plates on the inside of the soles. But it's such a bizarre feeling, like to feel yourself like bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. It's just odd. So I figure let me add an addendum video to my night walk, or the very first attempt at walking long distance with the Adizeros. And just like with the first walk, doing this in the daytime, I'm really not putting in a lot of effort. I'm probably about 1.5 miles into it so far. I don't want to push my luck because I'm just starting these walks, and I don't want my body to revolt on me, because if you overdo it with any kind of exercise, your body's going to let you know. But I'm walking at a relatively simple pace, although I'm kind of forced to walk on the sidewalk here because the vehicular traffic is a little bit more pronounced because it is mid-afternoon. Well, it's actually 2:35, July 8th. So I really don't have a choice for my own safety, especially while I got a camera in my hand, to walk on the sidewalk. And I can tell you, if you're walking on an uneven surface like I am right now, the shoes are definitely going to let you know that, because your foot will start rocking back and forth. But just a bit of an addendum to the night walk video. I did pick up some more Adidas gear in the form of shorts and shirts, whether it be Climalite, Tech Fit, Climacool, Dry Fit, Adizero. There's a whole bunch of Adidas gear that's designed for athletes, you know, people that run, for soccer, all that kind of stuff. You know, everything I'm wearing right now is single layer, so I'm nice and light, and I'm really not sweating too much. And if I am sweating, I mean, you wouldn't even feel it, because as you walk, you know, this type of clothing breathes, so it's not like you're suffocating. So the sweat goes right through the clothing and basically evaporates right off of whatever it is you're wearing, so it's not like I'm drowning in sweat. But as far as the shoes are concerned, they're performing quite well. Again, you know, I'm still getting used to using these. You know, obviously I'm walking in the daytime versus the nighttime, but walking on an uneven surface is just awful, because your foot, because of the padding, tends to rock back and forth a little bit. So there's a little bit of instability, which will leave you a bit inconsistent with each step. But because there's more vehicular traffic on the road, because it is the daytime, I don't want to risk my safety while I got a camera in my hand. I want to be paying attention to where I'm walking, obviously. So here are things like this will throw your foot off. So, but my pace has been relatively consistent. I'm not rushing, I'm not pushing, I am walking at a little bit more brisk pace, because obviously it's a daytime and I can see what's in front of me. But the one instant of instability on the sidewalk here will cause your foot to kind of wobble a little bit. So that's like a downfall with this walk, because if I want to push it a little bit, I can. I'm really not overexerting myself, but the problem is I hit that one bad spot here on the sidewalk. My foot's going to wobble and twist and turn. I could probably twist my ankle. I mean, I'm thinking, you know, worst case scenario. I'm just theorizing here, to be honest with you, trying to anticipate things that can go wrong. But again, having the right gear, you know, the right clothing, not pushing yourself, taking your own time, walking at your own pace, not being pushed or barked at or yelled at or screamed at or anything like that. You kind of do your own thing. And I mean, I can get lost in this walk, but again, I'm not pushing myself to go too far, because this is only my second major walk I've done in God knows how long. You know, my doctor has recently told me my blood sugar levels are approaching critical mass, so to speak. I shouldn't be making jokes, but you know, all this time I've been sitting on my rump. You know, I'm on course for A1C type 2 diabetes, which is kind of like a little frightening, because my uncle has that, and he's lost a bunch of toes as a result, and I'm not going down like that, hell no. So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy these shoes. That was the real reason why I bought these, because I had a feeling something like this was gonna come up after my physical. So in anticipation of that, that's why I ended up buying the Adizeros like I did, or Adizeros, excuse me. Trying to pronounce that in the German proper. But yeah, the shoes are performing well. I'm really having no issue. I mean, so far I haven't had any bad steps or anything like that. I would prefer to walk on the asphalt over there, but it's just, there's too much vehicular traffic. But anyway, besides all that, I'm rambling on. Again, the shoes are a pleasure to walk in. And as you can see, I actually bought new socks just for these. again, like I said in the night video, don't wear cotton socks. Wear socks that are designed specifically for sneakers like this, because otherwise you'll end up with blisters. Your feet won't be able to breathe. Cotton was like the worst thing I did when I initially tried them on and walked around the parking lot where I live. Oh my God, it was awful. So, yeah, my feet are really comfortable. I don't have that same problem with the arches of my feet like I did when I first tried these on. I know in the night walk I also had Adidas socks, but they were ankle socks. These are more calf high. So, but I got different kinds of socks. They're padded at the toes and at the heel. And it really makes these sneakers a joy to have on my feet, taking a nice brisk walk like this. So I'm almost at my U-turn point before it's time to go home. I really wish I could be out in the asphalt there, but it's just not worth it. Not worth the risk. But anyway, again, like I said in that previous video, I know this is an addendum, but, you know, I figured it was worth talking about and showing you what a day walk looks like in these shoes. So I'll give you my final thoughts when I get back home. It's time for me to make my U-turn, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. They are really, really good. You know, with a few little nitpicks here and there. Again, I'm not a jogger. I don't run. You know, I'm just getting started. Obviously, I talked about it in the video where, you know, unfortunately, I'm dealing with some health issues and I'm trying to reverse and turn around by the advice of my doctor. So it was great timing that I ended up buying these, and I've been wanting to exercise anyway, so I kind of have to take things a little bit more seriously. Kind of like the Joker would say, you know, why so serious? But anyway, yeah, bad Joker impression. But anyway, minus the little nitpicks here and there, once you get used to walking in these, they are just an amazing pair of shoes. And, you know, at least in my opinion, there are some do's and there are some don'ts with these shoes. You know, again, in the video, obviously, I talked about how, you know, these not having treads or anything like that, you might lose your balance a little bit when you first walk in them. But besides all that stuff, they're a great pair of shoes. I highly recommend them. And that's about it. So anyway, that's my video after all these many days. Thank you, everyone, for your patience and your time, especially my eBay customers. You guys are great. Again, if you want to help support a small business like mine and you want to help support the channel, head on over to the Carolina Collector 001 on eBay. I'm very easy to find. With that being said, everyone, take care. God bless. Stay safe. And I'll see you soon.